le monde et bienvenue dans un nouvel épisode avec Deeply Merited Scholars, votre agence numéro 1 qui est votre guide pour postuler pour les bourses internationaux. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get information and apply for the Swiss Excellence Scholarships. Stay tuned. So the first thing, as you may know, is a communique from the Ministry of Higher Education has been released informing Cameroonian citizens of the availability of scholarship positions to go and study in Switzerland. This is a very interesting one, right? You should know is this is a government bilateral scholarship and it's launched annually. So if you cannot get all your documents ready this year, you have next year to get them ready. So I'm going to start by explaining the details on the communique before I proceed to showing you guys how you can use your mobile phone, as simple as your mobile phone, to get all the information you need before you can start to apply. So the first thing the communique says, and I'm going to read it in French. Today I want to please my French viewers more. Le gouvernement suisse, par l'intermédiaire de la Commission fédérale des bourses pour les étudiants étrangers, met à la disposition du gouvernement camerounais des bourses d'études post-universitaires au titre de l'année académique 2023-2024. Ces bourses s'adressent aux étudiants camerounais brillants, titulaires d'un master ou d'un doctorat, avec une moyenne égalée ou supérieure à 14 sur 20, obtenue en 2023, pour les programmes suivants. Stage de recherche en 12 mois, PhD en 3 ans, recherche postdoctorale en 12 mois. Pour de plus amples informations, les étudiants intéressés par cette offre de bourse soient invités à visiter le site internet, and the site is listed here, and I'm going to put it in the description box. Par ailleurs, le formulaire de candidature en format PDF s'obtient par email auprès de l'ambassade de Suisse à Yaoundé via l'adresse, and I'm going to put the address in the description box as well. Les dossiers complets en 2 exemplaires, un original et un photocopie, doivent être déposés à l'ambassade de Suisse à Yaoundé au plus tard le 30 novembre 2022, délai de rigueur. This is signed by the Minister of State, Minister of Higher Education, Professor Jacques Famandongo, and of course, this is copied to the CRTV, Radio House, Cameroon Tribune, Minisoap, and Services of Governors. So this is an official communique. The first thing I want you guys to know here is the Swiss Excellence Scholarship takes people only from master's degrees, doctorate degrees, postdoctorate degrees. And before you can apply to do a master's, you should already have a master's degree, okay? You should not be applying for a master's with your bachelor's. They expect that you should have a master's degree already before applying, even if you want to do another master's degree. So take note of this particular requirement. Now, the three available areas, first, as they said, stage de recherche en 12 mois. So if you want to do a program, a research internship for 12 months, you should apply. If you want to do a PhD, 3 years PhD, you should apply. And if you want to do a postdoctorate research for 12 months, you should apply. These are the available study options for the Swiss Excellence Scholarship open to Cameroonians. Now, they have stipulated a specific requirement about your grades. And that is you should have a minimum of 14 on 20 as your grade point before you apply. I've had some people contact me, they're like, oh, deeply merited scholars, and they sent me their transcripts, and they were like, oh, my grade point was 13.5 on 20, and I'd love to apply for this program. And I'm like, my dear, if you read what is written there, they want a minimum of 14 on 20. Now, I know that English-speaking people who are accustomed to grade points, which are on 4, will be a little bit confused, but you need to have your grades converted to the French style. If you've schooled at a French State University in Cameroon, like SOA or Guayaquil, you'll know that they give you your grade points on 20, okay? 11 on 20, 12 on 20, 13 on 20, 14 on 20, 15 on 20, and so on. Well, for the English people, they give us our grade points, on 4, like you have a 2.5 GPA, 3 GPA, 3.5 GPA, for example. So you will need to have your grades converted, okay? You need to have it converted so that you're sure that your grade meets up with the 14 on 20 requirements before you apply. It does not mean like if you have a grade lower, you cannot apply. Feel free, be my guest, apply. But then if you do not get selected, do not say, oh, there is pacha in this thing, because there is no pacha there. It is stated plain and clear they want a minimum of 14 on 20. Now, let me walk you through the process on how to get more information about this particular scholarship. Remember, it is stated on the communique that if you want to have all the details on how to apply for this scholarship, you should email the Swiss embassy via the email address stated on the communique. When you email them, they'll send you the complete package on how you can go about getting further information about this particular scholarship. And now I'm going to walk you guys through the process. Start by viewing the communique. This is in French, but if you lay hold on the English version, which is circulating online as well, make sure to read it thoroughly and understand what they are requiring of each applicant. But this particular communique as shared here is in French. So the first thing you have to do is input the link as stated in the government communique. Once you input the link, it's going to take you to the Swiss scholarship page, the website. Now what was happening here was I omitted the underscore before FR. That's why it kept showing error page. But then again, that wasn't much of a bother. All I had to do was go to the home page, go to higher education, in the Institute of Higher Education, click on scholarships and grants, and it took me to the page. Once I got on the scholarships and grants page, I saw Swiss Government Excellence Scholarships for foreign students and artists granted to foreign students. I clicked on it, and it took me to the Swiss Excellence Scholarship page. Now on this page, you're going to see a lot of information. First, a video on guidance on how to apply, what the Swiss Government Excellence Scholarship is all about, varied information, okay, that I highly encourage you download, because when you click on them, the PDF is going to download and you can read thorough information. But on this page, you're going to see a lot of information. On this website page, you're going to see a lot of information on the different types of scholarships, okay? Not only the Swiss Excellence Scholarships, but the different categories of scholarships under the Swiss government. And as stated here, every year the Swiss Confederation awards government excellence scholarships to promote international exchange and research cooperation between Switzerland and over 180 other countries. So Cameroon is just one of them. The different types of scholarship, we have the research scholarship, art scholarships, and we have PDF documents on the site that you can download that will take you to get more information. The application procedure is simple. You input the scholarship site, you get on the page, you read information, then you contact your embassy. Remember, the communique said you need to contact your embassy for them to give you a package suited for your country's eligibility. That's why you're contacting the Swiss embassy or representative in your country. Once you do that, they'll send you the package, you prepare your application, you submit at the Swiss representation in your country, and then the selection process is done. You would be notified and you would go to Switzerland to study. So I'm just scrolling, here we have the selection. Applicants are subject to preliminary selection by the relevant national authorities and or the Swiss diplomatic representation. The shortlisted applications are then assessed by the Federal Commission for Scholarships for Foreign Students, that's FCS, which takes the final decision. So what does FCS assess? The candidate profile, the quality of the research project or artistic work, synergies, and potential for future research cooperation. So the FCS will announce its decisions regarding the scholarship by May next year. So if you're applying now, your results will be out by May. And now these are just the warnings, for fraudulent attempts. Some of you people love to pay agents. Go and pay agent for something that you very well can sit and do. Or people who want to defraud others. Okay, so right now, when you contact the Swiss embassy, they're going to send you a zip folder. And this is what I have already. Once you open the first document in the zip folder, it gives you information. Mind you, what you're seeing right now is for last year. That's 20. Those who intend to study those who had to study, or those who intend to study this year. But then this was the package gotten. This was a package sent last year, not this year. This is the information. Call for proposal, submission, selection. There's a lot of information, mind you, so much information. The selection criteria is stated there. The candidate, the research proposal, the academic contest. So you should know that this scholarship already is for people with a passion, interest, and skill in research. It's not for fresh graduates who do not have any research interest and are just looking for a means to jackpot. It cannot work. You must have a passion for research, and you have to show it through your research proposals or your awards, your achievements as a scholar, and of course your post-study work plans. So there are guides and information on how to find a supervisor in Switzerland, types of scholarships available, research fellowships, PhD scholarships, art scholarships, postdoctoral scholarships, study location information. There's information on that, obligations, financial matters, which is the juicy part. You get to see how much you receive depending on the scholarship scheme. Research scholarship, you receive 1,920 Swiss francs. PhD, postdoctoral scholarship, you receive 3,500 Swiss francs. I'm going to insert how much 1 Swiss francs is equivalent to in France CFA, just so that you know what you stand to be gaining financially if you get accepted for this particular research scholarship. There are guides on preparing your applications, language. You know that Switzerland has the administrative units are in canton, so they have English, French, German, and Italian, depending on the canton. So you have to take that into consideration when you're applying to a university you would want to study in or at. So here is documents for art scholarships. Yes, so you can read a lot more here and know what is required if you are into art, music, filmmaking, and all of that. Okay, now they have exclusion criteria. Here they are just listing out all the invalid applications or what you'll be doing that will make your application invalid. Okay, so just scrolling up. The next document in the package, this is the medical form. So if you're going to the hospital, they want you to use that medical form. The next document are notes concerning coronavirus pandemic. The next document is a form that you have to fill. Mind you, you have to fill this soft copy and print it out as a hard copy. Do not print this out and use a pen to fill. You have to fill it as a soft copy and put your picture, and then now you print the hard copy out, which already has all the information needed. Take note. So as you can see, there are a lot of boxes to fill, a lot of information to put in. And the last document has to do with guiding you on how to get a supervisor. So the success factor and a role with responsibilities, you know, how to get a supervisor, what you should do to get one, and then again, the application procedure. Talking about the vetting process for this particular scholarship, it's pretty easy. The main selection committee is at the Swiss embassy. That's the fantastic thing. You do not have to, deposit on Minisoup and then Minisoup will do a selection and then forward to the Swiss government. No. The selection is done by the Swiss embassy in your country. For us, we have a Swiss embassy in Cameroon, but definitely for other eligible countries who have Swiss embassies or representatives in their country who will be doing the selection process for them. The bulk of getting this particular scholarship is in getting admission. It might sound all fancy and you think it's easy, but mind you, to get professors in any of the cantonal universities in Switzerland and eventually getting their admission is the toughest part of the process, okay? Because it's not like these people are readily sitting and doing nothing, just waiting for you to write them and say, hi, prof, I want to do a PhD or a postdoctorate. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to show strong research skills for you to be considered for this particular scholarship. I know it's something that all of us love. Like, we definitely hear scholarships and we want, to apply and get accepted for them, but you have to show proof of strong research skills for this particular scholarship. Remember, they're taking people who have a master's for another master's. That shows that one of the things when you're applying, first and foremost, you must have good research skills. You must showcase your research interest either through the papers you have published or you have written, or your script or your manuscripts, your current achievements as a scholar or working professional. So these are things that you must take note of and must consider before you apply, or else your application will just be going in vain, because when they just put you in comparison to others who have everything that shows that they are strong candidates, they'll just put on your application now. They'll just put it out. That's why you must contact diplomatic scholars to guide you on how to go about the process. So if you find this video helpful, what are you waiting for? Click the subscription button. We are sharing scholarship opportunities and providing guidance on how to go about these scholarship opportunities. Like our videos, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to know anytime we upload a new video. And of course, remember our motto: we soar on eagle's wings. Bye.